Hello everyone, welcome to a beautiful spring-like day here in northern Michigan. As we pulled up, there were two red-tailed hawks up in the tree, but in fact I see them right now. They're up in the top of a large pine tree. But we want to get a picture for you, but they both flew off. So I see we got a little river going on here.
Yep.
But we're going to go ahead and grab some food and put it out, and then we've got some things to share with you today, and including an update on Richard. Oh, and I forgot to bring stuff again to clean the snowman.
What do you mean stuff? There's stuff in the house.
Is there?
These are pretty nasty. I'm going to see if I have something else. All kinds of mud that splashes up on it. Yep. Alright, I guess while he's getting food, I'm going to do some housekeeping.
And of course, if you're watching this on our website, snowmancam.com, you're not hearing me. So hopefully people have seen the messages that I posted with what's going on. And if not, if you see somebody that's asking about no sound, we're not going to have sound until EarthCam can figure out a way to do it. In the meantime, I've got a link there that takes you to our EarthCam page where they do have sound. And if they still want to watch the chat, you can just open up the second page of EarthCam so you can hear us, then minimize it and bring the page up with the chat on it.
for about a day. With this weather. Right?
Yeah.
So it'll last for about a day with this weather.
Yeah.
Okay, Gigi's turn. I'm gonna pour Bean's little thing hot. Okay, that's all she's getting. What's that bird?
I don't know.
Okay. Cover dry, Gigi. Okay, I don't know if those will stay on, guys, but animals are pretty rough on her. She's clean, she had a bath. Okay, and I'm going to put a spring color on Snowman because it's got to start being spring soon, right?
I hope so. I love the snow, but I've had enough. There.
That's your buddy?
No, just a couple birds.
Okay, what do you need?
Oh, a lot of stuff.
Yes.
All right, I'm putting out the scratch mix too on top of it.
Oh, so do you want me to not put any more?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't put any more of that out. You grab that. All right, let's put this out here then.
Okay. What else?
So nice to be able to put out extra ears of corn, thanks to Don and Joyce from Allegan, who made the trip up yesterday. I'm sure there's plenty under there for porkies.
I know they were eating on it last night. Oh, it's only half of one too.
Yeah.
Okay. See if that helps it. You have everything?
I think so. Alright, so we got everything out food-wise? We good?
I'm hoping so.
Okay. Well, before we get started with the thank yous, I wanted to give you an update on Richard. We talked with Jean, his wife, and Richard had a real bad day yesterday. Very bad. In fact, we almost lost him. So, well, he had a bad day. You want to finish?
Yeah, Jean asked us to be very vague. Richard had a little setback, so we do need some additional prayers. That's all we can say right now. He's doing good. He's awake. He's, being a little ornery, so that's good for him. Anybody that knows Richard. And I know some of you have known Richard a lot longer than me. Richard was one of the first friends that I met when Ken and I started dating. And I've come to love him like part of my family. So, God be with me. If you guys can just join me in a minute and say a quick prayer for Richard, because I know strength in numbers is important. So if you can just all gather around and say a quick prayer with me. Dear God, thank you for pulling Richard through this. Thank you for all that you've done for him and for us. We ask that you give him strength and give him courage to pull through this. Be with his family. He has daughters, son-in-laws, grandchildren, and many family members out there that could use your prayers right now. And just know that we are with you, Richard and Jean, and God, just please wrap your arms around him and give him strength and give him courage and just be with him right now. Amen.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think I could have got through it.
That's why I wanted to do it. Give me this. And Judy and Don, we had supper with them last night. They came up
Joyce.
and... Oh, I'm sorry. My mind is not with me right now. Don and Joyce came up yesterday from Allegan County and brought us the ears of corn. We went out to supper with them. Awesome couple. I really enjoyed meeting both of you. Hope you stay in touch. And we have permission to read this card. It says, the world is so much nicer when people are like you. People who bring so much joy by special things they do. Ken and Brenda, through rain, sleet, ice, snow, and all other elements Northern Michigan has to offer, you are there every day, making sure the animals are cared for. Please accept this donation in appreciation of your hard work and dedication, day after day. God bless you, Don and Joyce Barber. And then also, we got a card from Michael Clark.
Well, that was yesterday. I forgot to read the card.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a real short card. And those of you in the Snowman Camp chat room, you know Mike Clark from in there.
Mike and Trish Clark. Hugs and kisses. Great job. Love the chat room.
So, yeah, I forgot to read that one yesterday.
Yeah, thank you for your donation.
All right. Can I move on to the thank yous here?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Some people really pulled together yesterday to help us out and really allowed us to stock up. And we're going to be putting quite a bit of food out here. It's probably going to be at least a couple more weeks before the snow is gone and some of the wild flowers and grasses start to grow. So I'd like to thank Andy and Lori from South River, New Jersey. Kathleen Sullivan from Tampa, Florida. Patty Mizzou from Joplin, Missouri. Laura Miller. Laura helps us out on a monthly basis, but she sent an additional amount yesterday too. Also Cliff and Tammy Cook. Not sure where they're from, just waiting to hear back. Also Simon Harris, and he's in Guilford, England. Thank you for your donation. Also donating was Russell Odette from Elk Rapids, Michigan. And also making a donation again, and she helps us out in so many ways. You all know Joanne from Florida, and you know her as Buster's Mama Joe in the chat room. And she sent us a gift card for Tractor Supply to buy food. So Joanne, thank you for that. I'd also like to thank Julie Lutz, who made a purchase yesterday. In fact, a couple of you actually made a purchase in the store yesterday. There's going to be a little bit of a delay getting the things out, which I hope you understand. Richard's the one that runs the store, and his wife's going to help out, but she's got other things on her mind right now, and rightfully so. So we might see a delay. Normally, you guys know Richard. He made an order, and he got it out the same day. So hang in there. You will get everything. We're keeping track of all of those orders, and you'll definitely get your items. Also, too, I wanted to talk about the sound which if you're watching this on snowmancam.com, you have no idea what we're saying right now because you can't hear us. I talked to technical support at EarthCam yesterday. Like I've mentioned the last few days, they're rolling out a new video player, and they're beta testing it right now, and unfortunately they can't get video and sound at the same time on websites other than their own. So we had a choice, either to have sound and a black screen or video and no sound, and obviously we went with the no sound for right now. But you won't have to go without. There is a link on our page right underneath the video where there is no sound, and it says click here for sound. It'll open up a separate page, which is actually our page on EarthCam. And you can either continue to watch it there if you're not interested in participating in the chat or watching it. You can continue to watch it on our EarthCam page. If you do want to watch chat, just minimize that EarthCam page, and you'll continue to hear the sound and you can watch it. But there's a little bit of a delay, like maybe 4 or 5 seconds. So that might throw you off a little bit if you're listening to the sound that way. Let's see. Oh, also, I wanted to mention this too, for those of you that are donating. If you want to take a look and see, I try to list everybody who allows me to. I know a number of you want to remain anonymous, and that's fine. But if you could take a look at it, just make sure that I've got it right, because sometimes, depending on how the information is entered through PayPal, if there's a typo or something, that's how it comes across to me. And so just make sure the names are spelled right, and if you want a spouse included, let me know about that. Just send me an email to snowman@snowmancam.com, and I'll make any of those corrections, because I want to make sure that everybody gets recognized properly for helping us out here. I wanted to mention too, thank you to all the people that have clicked on the eBay link on snowmancam.com. So far this month, we've raised $34 from that. So that is extremely helpful. So if you do eBay or you like to shop on eBay, if you click that link before you go there, it tells eBay it came from us, and then they share a very small percentage of that sale with us. And they don't tell us, who bought it or where you're from or what you bought. It just gives us an amount. Okay. Also, too, want to welcome the new people that have joined our Facebook page. We appreciate having you with the community. And if you haven't done that yet, you'll want to go to snowmancam.com and click on our social media links at the top. And you can like our Facebook page and then also ask to join the fan group. I think you'll be amazed at some of the great stuff on there. And something that really struck me this morning was the video that Judy did, Judy Utley, and it was a tribute to Richard, which it was overwhelming. It was hard to watch, but it was really good.
And don't be surprised if you see less deer. That would be a good thing. I noticed when we were driving in that across the road underneath some of the trees, there's some bare grass growing, and the deer were over there chomping down. So our goal is for them to become wild animals again and get out there and get all their own food, and looks like they were starting to do that. I don't see quite as many gathering on the hills, but there's a couple up there and there's a couple across the road.
Yeah, what I did here years ago, because this was all very heavily treed here, and of course the health of the forest is utmost important to us. So we've had some trees trimmed and got rid of some diseased trees. But at the same time, I had them clear a 2.5-acre parcel right across the road from the house. And what we did is we planted that all in wildlife mix. So when that starts coming up, that's where most of the wildlife hang out. We see a lot of them across the road because there's all kinds of different grasses that come up in that wildlife mix. So like Brenda said, rest assured, if you start seeing less here, there's not less deer. They're just finding other meals, which is great. Also, thank you too to the folks that are following us on Twitter too. I think you're finding that that's the quickest way that I can get information out, whether it's something very interesting at the camp, like a black bear, or if it's just a matter of letting you know what time we're going to be here. So if you do Twitter, again, you can find that link right on our snowmancam.com page. All right, anything else? Okay, again, thank you to everybody. Absolutely incredible how people rallied around to help the wildlife here. Boy, with all this sun and these warm temperatures, you would have thought after a day all the snow was going to go. But it is so hard packed down right now that in a lot of areas, I'm actually able to walk right on top of the snow and not even sink into it. So there's many layers of snow and ice, and so it's going to take some time for the rest of this to melt. So, all right, you ready to go?
Yep.
All right.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Again, say thank you to everybody. We hope wherever you're watching us at from around the world that you're safe and warm and dry and comfortable, that you're in good health. And actually, speaking of good health, I did want to mention this. And again, like Brenda said, it was such a pleasure to meet Joyce and Don yesterday. You know, not only did they drive all the way up here, but they purchased all that food. And then Don helped me unload it. And then later at dinner, through some discussion, we found out that Don is facing some very serious health problems. And if he would have told me that when I first met him here, I would not have let him unload that corn from the car, but he helped me unload that yesterday. So if you can keep Don and Joyce in your prayers too, we'd appreciate that. So, where was I? I think thanked everybody.
Yep.
Again, we couldn't do this without you guys. We're just the ones that come out here and put it on the ground. You guys are the ones that make it happen. So thank you very much for that. We'll be in touch. We'll keep you posted if we hear anything new on Richard. And again, please pray hard and pray without ceasing if you could, because Richard's fighting with everything he's got. But boy, he faces a tough battle. So take care, everybody, and we will see you later. And Todd will be out here later tonight.
Bye-bye.